Hi guys, good evening from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Almost approaching towards morning, 10:44. I am actually at home resting. Last few days, as you guys know, my health is not good. I'm going through treatment. I actually have done some tests. I'm waiting for one more test results tomorrow. Just briefly, those who care, I would like to show you what's happening with me. So I'll give you a bit of update as well. So this is one of my tests. I think it's about the kidney. Okay, you can read this. Kidney is slightly increased in size. Yeah, that's one. The left one, it seems like all right. Another thing is I have few, it's reds here, few calcification. I think these are called small stones, right? So in prostate area. So yes, these are a few complications that I have, but I'm feeling much better than like 2 days back. I was in extreme pain, but I am controlling my diet, gave up sugar, red meat, salt, all fried foods and everything. And it's a miracle how it's working. I'm taking cranberry juice as a treatment. It really, really helps. I'm sorry, I'm going to start with this note. I'm just human, right? So just want to give you, otherwise you may think like, oh, this guy is just moaning all the time without any, real reason. So I'm doing, with all your prayers, I'm doing much better. The pain is much less, just the lower abdomen area, a little bit pain, and the right side, because the kidney, I think it's a little bit painful. But I think with time it's getting better with medication. But I'm gonna go for antibiotics soon after I get my results tomorrow. So keep me in your prayers, okay? So today, as I feel I'm a little bit better, I went for a walk about 7,000 steps. I'm drinking plenty of water, citrus, like with water also. So it's really helping me. If you eat clean, trust me, guys. I am a heavy sugar a dependent person. I always did that for last 25 years. In Malaysia and Bangladesh both. So that's why I'm having all these complications. I'm trying to control my diabetes, and I will try to get back to healthy living. So in the meantime, when I'm doing all this resting and treatment and taking time off my work, I think when I'm feeling better, maybe do a review. This is part of my work. I need to work as well. So I'm just going to show you 10 fragrances today. They are, like, you don't have to really watch this. This is not like a life changing or very important. Just continuing the work. I don't want to let a day go. Okay, so there you go. So 10 sweet fragrances. Mostly I will update you on some of the recent buys, and it's mostly an update and with some older fragrance. Okay, so let's go one by one. First fragrance I'm going to show you, number 10, is Mont Blanc Legend Red. Okay, so I don't know if it's red or rouge, I don't remember. I think red. So this fragrance I bought like a couple of months back, and I think this is a really nice fragrance. Sweet, blood orange, it's fresh. It does have Mont Blanc Legend, the DNA, on the dry down, but it's up top, like when you really sprayed up top. I think this is the right way. Yeah, this is the front. Okay, so this ones you can get in multiple bottle sizes, and I think Mont Blanc fragrances are this special Legend line. It's not super expensive, like Explorer is so expensive. This is, I think, within 50s. I think 50, how much I did pay? 50, 55 bucks. So if you get a test rate, it will be even cheaper. So this particular fragrance, I really feel it's a very nice, sweet, fresh, fruity fragrance for day-to-day use in summer and spring. I think this fragrance longevity is okay, not really crazy, I would say, but it's like Hugo Boss Bottle Red, or not, sorry, not Boss Bottle, Hugo Boss Red, or some of the other one, Polo Red, intense. It lasts about the same time, but for the price range, it's really, really good. It's a sweet, fruity, and I think it has grapefruit, something, a little bit of spices like cardamom, and bit woody backbone to it. Okay, so it's sweet with the tonka bean at the base, but it's not supremely sweet. It's a fresh, sweet kind of fragrance you can wear, and I'm really, really glad. Thank God for that. I'm feeling a little bit better. I can hear from my voice. There's no such pain, more pain than physical unwellness, and I really hope none of you get the urinary tract infection, because this is very painful. If you especially have stones and stuff, better give up your habits, bad habits like eating fancy all the time, drinking, smoking, salt, all these things. It really harms your health like anything. So I am finally waking up. Hopefully I can make it. So yes, Mont Blanc Legend Red is my, I think, first in number 10 position. Okay, so as we go, we're gonna see some more sweet fragrance. Number 9, I'm gonna show you one of the fragrances disappointed some people. Many people who love this line, they said this is the least of their favorites, but I think there is something that's worse than this, but it's not a bad fragrance. Okay, it's good for summer and spring. This is Armani Stronger With You Only. Okay, this is for men. I don't know if there's one for women. They usually like release in two, one for men, one for women. So I think this one, it's a summer/spring, like a light fragrance when you don't want to wear something super heavy. like Stronger With You original, absolutely intensely oud, leather, even the new one called Amber, I think. These are very heavy fragrances. Only I think it's good for colder months. But this one, the sweet fragrance, the first two I think easily can be worn in summer. I reviewed this one. This one has the chestnut, but at the same time it has some freshness. And I think it's the sweetness is really balanced with the freshness, which is very good. You can give it a try. Try it on your skin. It's a good fragrance. Okay, Stronger With You, only by Emporio Armani. Then the next one, I think there's a good reason maybe why this is not so high up in the order, because this is a cold weather fragrance. Okay, I bought this specifically knowing what I'm gonna get, but I think I'll wear this a little bit more in colder months, upcoming months if I'm here. And I think winter it will do justice. This is V&R Spicebomb Infrared EDP, very specific EDP. There is one, the Spicebomb Infrared. That one is a bit different than this. This is basically like I think called Jolly Rancher. There's a or Jolly Shandy. I don't know. There's this drink we used to have in Malaysia called Jolly Shandy. I think that's the name. Yeah. And then like those red, not bubble gums. Like those sugary, those kind of like this long, rubbery, like I don't know what you call those candies with a lot of sugar up there. It's like a sweet, like a sour kind of like those things that you can expand like rubber, right? So those kind of candies. And this has the sweetness. At the same time, it has the backbone of original Spice Bomb, which I really enjoy. This thing is actually really more interesting than Spice Bomb. And I think this fragrance is actually not for everybody. It has a little bit of maturity, but I think it's one of the best from this line. Spice Bomb Infrared EDP. The sweetness in this fragrance is really noticeable, and I think there's this nice little tobacco or leather undertone. But this is a very nice flanker to the line, and it's really nice looking bottle too. If you take a look at the bottle, it's red. Okay, so that's number 8. Number 7 is one of my new fragrances from my favorite line, 1 million. This is 1 million Royal, and I'm very aware that there's a new one released, I think, or released or gonna be released, which has the green center, which is Middle Eastern exclusive. I don't remember the name, but after Royal they released that. So this is the second last or second one before the brand new release. And 1 million Royal, again, interesting fragrance, which is why I got a 200 ml for 2 reasons. Good value, you get like more juice for I think comparatively less money. If you buy 100 ml, you're gonna have to pay more in comparison of ratio. But 1 million Royal, it's sweet. It's definitely 1 million flanker, but it's somewhere in between 1 million Parfum, 1 million Lucky, and maybe a little bit of Privé. To my nose, it's very mature, it's very sophisticated, grown up, and classy. But this one holds back the sweetness a little bit. I think this one has a violet leaf note, which is very interesting, which makes the fragrance a little bit like, when you smell it, it's not all the way sweet. It's an autumn scent, I think perfect autumn scent. And when you wear this fragrance, it makes you happy. At the same time, it's more wearable. It's not sickeningly sweet. So I think it's a brilliant fragrance. You can wear it. It's a good fragrance if you like sweet perfumes with a little bit of a freshness. So 1, 2, 3. So far, 3 almost all year wearable, sweet, fresh fragrances. Now number 6. This one definitely can be worn all year round, but this is a dupe of something very big. This is Armaf Club de Nuit Untold. Okay, this one, the interesting thing about the bottle, I'll tell you one thing. Different bottle look different. Okay, I had the previous bottle which is finished, which has this part all pink or reddish. Now this one, if you look at, its bottom is a bit pink and up there is green or yellow or blue tinge. Okay, don't worry, they are all good. Okay, beautiful bottles from Club de Nuit line. This is a Baccarat Rouge dupe. You guys know that. And this is one of the best releases alongside the other two, Armaf Iconic and Urban Man Elixir. But the Urban Man Elixir and the Iconic, they are more on super fresh side, which this is not. This is more on the sweeter side. But there's a citrusy sweetness, which makes it like a citrusy opening. Very beautiful opening. I got compliments like left and right from wearing this. Okay, it projects a lot. People notice this, very heavy. It projects more than the previous 4. Okay, very nice fragrance. If you just want to wear for compliments, you can try this. One of my favorites, Club de Nuit Untold. And this is mostly, I think, an unisex perfume. Okay, but anybody can wear this. It got really nice aura about it. Beautiful fragrance. Okay, now top 5 of my favorites. I tell you one thing, apart from one fragrance here, which is number 2, any of these 4 fragrances you get, you're gonna get the same like one fragrance serves the same purpose, okay, all the fragrances. So perhaps you don't need to buy all of them, okay. I get fragrances to review, I have a Decant page, I have many functions for a fragrance, but I would not suggest you go and get everything. Some of us have that addiction that, man, I want everything. So far I have to get Lamal Elixir, and then I think Le Parfum. Those two I haven't got. If I got those, they would be in this list as well, just for you to, see. But I will tell you, out of the next five, maybe three of them, they can be redundant. First one redundant is gonna be, but you can still get it. It's called Azzaro, the most wanted perfume. Okay, I'm telling you updates only. Okay, so this is like a re-review, you can say. Very beautiful fragrance. I do have Azzaro's whole line covered so far. So Azzaro's Wanted by Night, Azzaro Most Wanted Perfume, the Tonic, the original, or the metal, they're all solid releases. But so far, this is really sweet. It's like very sweet. Like you smell this DNA, like a tonka bean, vanilla, and I don't know if there's spices in it. It's like a sweet fragrance which is lovable, which is DNA that is selling right now, the most common DNA. And this fragrance performs a lot. Okay, really long lasting. You can give it a try. Check out my review. This would be redundant if you have the next one, for example, which is my favorite more than this, which is called Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal, and this is called Le Parfum. Okay, the Parfum version. I also have the original, which is also sweet, but this adds a layer of sweetness on top of that. It's just a double. Okay, it's like a double sweetness of Scandal, but it's more mature. Somehow it works. Okay, and I think I prefer this over the original, but if you look at the price difference, this is the one that makes more sense to get. Okay, but if you really want to get the original one, which is a fine fragrance, also more wearable, got the caramel sweetness, this fragrance, it's just stunning. The depth of it is stunning. It's just one of the most beautiful fragrances in the recent times. So I'm saying this and this could be redundant if you have both. Okay, let me show you the next two, which are not redundant. Okay, so number 3 is gonna be Tonka Cola by Mancera. This fragrance is one of my favorites. It's just hands down one of my most favorite fun fragrances. You can get the cola vibe. Okay, definitely you can get. It's a fun note. You can also get the tonka beans, very, very sweet. And this fragrance also have a lot of syrupy citrusiness. It's like almost party time, So it's a fine fragrance, but sometimes the opening can be overpowering. Check out my review, then you'll understand. This is one of my sweet favorite fragrances. Number 2, definitely not redundant. If you have, this is also good for summer. This is Parfum de Marly Greenley. Okay, Greenley. One of my favorite niche fragrances of all times. Okay, this is their best. I think over Sedley or Galloway, this is my more favorite in Parfum de Marly fresh, genre. So this fragrance has the shampoo vibe, green apple and sweetness. It's citrusy. You can say this is a modern masterpiece of a fresh fragrance. Okay, lasts a long time. You just go nose blind to it. So make sure you check that before concluding. Oh, it's weak. It's not weak. Parfum de Marly Greenley is amazing. So I end with number 1, which is my most favorite at this moment. I'm wearing this like madman, and we are all biased towards our new fragrances. There's just no doubt about it. Just this fragrance is just, if you have these two, perhaps you don't need the number 1. If you have Lamal Elixir, which I heard is good, or Le Beau Parfum, maybe you don't need this, but I have it. Massive 200 ml bottle of Invictus Victory Elixir. Okay, so this fragrance right here, I'll tell you one thing, man. I said it's 9.5 out of 10. Why this is number 1? Because it's my most favorite, even more so than the next 9. Even some of the more niche fragrances, I love. From time to time, maybe later I will love this more over that. But I'll tell you one thing, like if you really love sweet, loud, eternal longevity kind of fragrances, try this. This one has a mango, sort of like a fresh tropical vibe, but very sweet. It's better than Victory or V, the original one. Okay, so this is one of the best ever made. Like alongside Legend, this is the second, or maybe this is the better than the Legend one, but I love more or less most Invictuses. Invictus Intense is my favorite original one. So you can try, like different Invictus Aqua. But I'll tell you one thing, upcoming month, the colder months, this is going to be a start. This is going to be the most complimented fragrance if you really want to, wear fragrance for, getting those compliments, right? So these are your 10 fragrances. I'm sorry, the video is a little long because I updated you with my health update. So you guys know, some what's up with me. So keep me in your prayers, always. That's the most precious thing in my life. And I love you all. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye-bye.